We are live. Yeah, forgot myself for a moment there. Okay, welcome to the show. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. If you're watching on my personal website, thank you very much. We are live. I can confirm that. This is a good way of doing it. In fact, I can show you in a moment. But let's go over to my iPad, over to Amazon Live, and press the Go Live button. Okay, the image you're actually looking at on the screen is the Kenny-Snavon Canal. Kenny-Snavon Canal was built in the 1800s and runs from Bristol to London, distance about 90 miles, and it was built to carry traffic from Bristol docks to London. And goods arrived from the USA at Bristol docks, were taken off the ship and then put onto barges, and the barges travelled up the canal all the way to London, and that's the way goods were exported from the USA direct to London. Well, not direct because there was a sea journey, then a barge journey. But in those days, it would take 3 or 4 days to go from Bristol to London at a leisurely pace. Barges move at about 4 miles an hour. And this is actually my favorite place to actually train and walk. And I can see that we're in for a quiet day today. If you're watching live, thank you. If you're watching the replay, thank you. And I'm going to be on screen in a moment. But this is where I walk. This is Kenny-Snavon Locks in Devizes in England. And I go walking up that path and head back home. That means that my journey is nearly complete. So the image is taken. I turn my camera on. The image is taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is down in the carousel. In fact, anything I talk about is down in the carousel. We're streaming today from Be Live, which is my preferred system for broadcasting live on Amazon Live. I want to say welcome to this broadcast. And if I go over here and go here, I can say welcome to the broadcast with Stephen live from England, and we are live. And I'm checking myself live in another window. I'm checking I'm actually moving. Okay. So the show is called Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen. And if I bring the card on screen, it tells the story. Lights, Camera, Action on Be Live with Stephen Healey, live from England. We're talking about cameras, we're talking about microphones, we're talking about Fitbits. Take that off solo. Welcome to my first viewer on Amazon Live today. Thank you for joining me. If you've got any questions about live video, then please do ask. I'm here to help. I'm an independent broadcaster. I do not work. Just a minute. Let's do this. Let's try this. If I go there. Yeah, I'm an independent broadcaster. I don't work for Amazon Live, and I've got a comment coming in, and hopefully the comment will show in my studio in a moment. And it's good to have first comment of the day. And let's bring it on screen. It's a hiking guy. Hello, sir. Happy to see you. I have a list of products. I have a lot of the products in your list. Thank you very much. And thank you for joining me live today. And in celebration of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring on, if I go here, probably, or here, the snake, so that you are officially now at the head of the snake. I'll stay there until somebody else comments. Which cameras do you have? And why did you choose them, and what's the best features? Because you're sort of getting to that territory. So camera, microphone. Yeah, be good to know which you actually use, and then we can chat about them. Yeah, our experiences with the different cameras and microphones. And I'm just making sure that I'm actually moving. I am moving. Good. Okay. We've had, just to explain, we've had a little bit of stickiness with the video feed. So over the last couple of days, we've been working on it. Hopefully now we're fixed. But I want to say again, welcome to the broadcast with Stephen, live from England. And the first thing we're going to talk about is a microphone, which means I can bring this on screen. Okay, now, I need to move again. Okay. The camera you're actually watching, top left, is the Logitech Brio. The camera that's showing the desktop at the moment and showing me, that's the Obspot camera, which we'll be talking about, but I'm going to take it back to the desktop so we don't actually get confused. Okay. And there I can actually show you, if I come here, this is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, which you're listening to at the moment. Now, it is a very high quality microphone by Elgato, and I've got another comment coming in. So let's see what the next comment is. And Logitech C9. Wow, that's quite a collection. Good kit all. So yeah, we can celebrate the 920 and the DJI Owen 5 gimbal and the Blue Yeti microphone. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for letting me know. Because it's good to, I mean, basically, we've got so many choices to make that it's good to know what people are actually using. Thank you. Okay, next question. That hiking guy is your official title. If you have a show on Amazon Live, you drop a link into your shop if you wish. Yeah, because we're here to help each other. So I'm going to take that off screen. So this is the Elgato Wave 3. Now I'm going to tell you about the Elgato Wave 3, but the thing is, you're actually listening to it now. And the thing that you should know is that it is 20% off today. It's $119.99, 20% discount on the microphone you're actually listening to. Now, if I come to me and I go over here, I can scroll down and get to its official title is the Elgato Wave 3 Premium USB Condenser Microphone. It has a digital mixer. Elgato, the thing is, if we go back here for a moment, obviously my voice is coming through here at the moment, but I can actually take audio from the browser, from my desktop, from Spotify, and for any app that's actually outputting audio, I can route it through the microphone and play it whilst I'm live. Now, I am tempted to actually route Spotify, but there is a problem with that. There's a copyright problem, so I can't play you anything that's copyrighted. So the digital mixer allows up to 7 different sources. It's got a clip guard. It's got a clip guard built in, so the S's and the P's and etc. taken care of. It's got a capacitive mute, and this is the only drawback with this wonderfully sounding microphone, and that's this. Okay, you'll notice on the top there is a bar. That bar is a capacitive mute, and if I slide my finger across it, it will turn the microphone off. Normally, most microphones have a mute button. This does not have a mute button. It's got a capacitive mute, and I'm hoping when they bring the next Elgato microphone out, they'll actually replace it with a button. Because with a button, you know what you're doing. I mean, the only indication I've got here is that the microphone actually goes, the lights on the front, which you may be able to see, go red. So if I the button, it's just a light touch, and that causes all sorts of problems. Okay, so I'm hoping to remove that. But I mean, basically, it only matters when you're actually wafting your arms about. So in normal day-to-day use, it's not a problem. But in demonstration mode, you can accidentally switch your microphone off. You can mute yourself, and just between you and me, I've actually done that by accident. And the thing is, when you're actually broadcasting, as I am now, I'm looking at the camera. Yeah, I'm not looking at the microphone out the corner of my eye. Right. So the next thing is, and this is a tongue twister. I'm going to wait for it to come around again. I mean, I've practiced this over the months. I've actually had the microphone. I've had no problems with the microphone. It is a great microphone. The thing is about microphones. It's the quality of the sound, and it's how you hear it that counts. So it's a condenser capsule with a tight cardioid polar pattern, which captures speech with precision, and it does. Okay. And it was released on June 18th, 2020. Now, design style, it is pretty unique. Oh, wait a minute. We've got, that's better. We had some extra power there. So the style is good. I like the style. It is very modern. And the sound that's coming out of this now, because you're listening to it now, is very high quality. Just checking. Yeah. Okay. Let's come back to me. So that's the first thing today is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone down in the carousel. It is on discount, $119.99, 20% off. Now, you are in the box seat. There are thousands of broadcasters on Amazon Live. We're all independent. We don't work for Amazon. We give you unbiased reviews. And if you think about it, if you click the link in the carousel, it will take you to the standard Amazon.com product page for the Elgato Wave 3. There, you can read text reviews. You can watch recorded reviews. This is a live review. And the difference with a live review is you can ask questions and make comments. Like that hiking guy who told us that he has Logitech C920, DJI M5, and the Yeti microphone. I mean, I've had my Logitech C920 for the last 8 years. Brilliant. The DJI OM5, which we might talk about later, is this. Let's just open the bag. Okay. This is, it's nearly gimbal season. This is the DJI OM5 gimbal down in the carousel. It's very lightweight, short. Basically, if I lift it open like that, it has a magnetic mount, and you put the mount on the back of your camera onto here, and that's it. And the thing is, the gimbal, if I go here, this particular gimbal has, let's just go back a bit. This particular gimbal has a selfie stick, which is probably one of the things that hiking guy likes. Because the thing is, when you're holding your camera like that, let's just go and find it. And we've got comments coming in. So let's go and find the gimbal for a moment. May as well talk about it. I'm just looking for the DJI OM5 gimbal, and I've got it. Okay, this is now down in the carousel, and it's $129, and that is today a saving of 19%. So it's $30 off today. And the reason you want a gimbal is quite simple. If I take my camera, I'll just cover the lenses up. Okay. This is a beautiful Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra camera, flagship 2022 mobile phone. And it's got a 108 megapixel camera. It shoots video in 8K, and it's got an inbuilt stabilizer. But when you're walking with your mobile phone, let's say a normal mobile phone, and you're walking, the camera is going up and down. And that's a problem. If you're making home movies, it's not a problem. But if you're making video to actually go on YouTube, it is a problem. Because as the camera goes up and down, then the video you're shooting goes up and down as well, which is not a good idea. I'll come to the comments in a minute. This is where a gimbal comes in. A gimbal is designed, let's just go through this. A gimbal is designed to keep your camera steady. And what happens is you've got a clamp here, which goes onto the back of your camera about halfway down. Okay. So that's firmly on the camera, like so. Yeah. That's magnetic. The gimbal is magnetic, and you just put the two together, and in a second, never demonstrate a gimbal live. I've learned this, but I've been tempted into it, and I can hear Angelica in the background. Hopefully you can't. We're going to have fun with this. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Let's take a few comments. So that hiking guy is saying, I have a suggestion for a camera you can check out for a few stream. Yes, certainly. Yes, please. And Salim Akhtar, I would like to promote your product and also work with you if you agree. How can I contact you? If you search, just a moment, let's go here. If you search for me on Facebook or YouTube, Alan, thank you. You've helped make my day. Thank you for the follow. It's a win-win situation. Thank you for following, and you're now on there. So if you search Stephen Healey on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, you'll find me, Salim. So any of those. I would like to promote your product and also work with you if you agree. How can I connect? Let's just make connection first and take it from there. And that hiking guy suggesting Lumina 4K. Okay, I've made a mental note of that, and I'll watch. We're sort of, yeah, okay, brilliant. And we say welcome to Alan DeBay. Hi, Stephen. Long time no see, sir. And thank you for. Well, I like the caricature there. Very good. Okay. If you're watching me live, thank you. If you want to know what I'm doing, I'm making a mess of a demonstration of a gimbal, and it's the one down in the carousel. It's the DJI OM5, and basically what I should be able to do, which you can never do live, basically that I'm going to talk about it. That goes on there, and then the thing about I'm not going to risk any further. The thing about the gimbal is that a gimbal is taller than you, so you can actually lift it up. If you're at a amateur football match or soccer match, you could lift up that way. You can go that way. Okay, so we can go that way. We can go that way. Okay, and you can go low down. So if you're out and about and you're filming, you can film low down. So it's not about the steadiness is just part of it. Yeah, there is software you can download on Android or iPhone to actually control this. There are controls on here for power on, power off, and for zooming in, zooming out, and for panning left and panning right and panning up and panning down. In fact, all the buttons you need, and we can put that back down again so you can actually see it. I mean, basically, I go out and about and I film using this gimbal, and it is simply brilliant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video taken with this gimbal. So let's have a practical demonstration, because I can talk about this, but I want to show you. So I'm going to take the logo off. So let's take the logo off for a minute. And whilst we're doing this, I can make a note of the Lumina 4K and bring this on screen. Oh, let's take the snake off. I'm going to hide the snake. Okay. I'm going to bring the video on screen. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my microphone off, but this video was shot with the DJI OM5 gimbal. And yes, you're visiting Stonehenge. I live 30 minutes away. I was there on Wednesday. The sky, and I'm just going to walk around the henge and give you a tour. Well, let's go. Right, there aren't too many people here. Basically it's to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous New Year from Angelica and myself, and for everybody visiting Stonehenge today. Boxing Day 2021. Okay, I think we're in the clear now, hopefully. Right, so as usual, broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and my website, and that's just a beautiful sight, especially as it's a beautiful day, as I pan around to give you some idea of the countryside around the henge. Now the henge is not on its own. There are burial mounds all around, and behind me is my wonderful partner, Angelica, who is looking the other way. Hello! Right. And going over to, now this is the road. People slow down here because they've actually got a view of Stonehenge, so the traffic along this road gets congested during the week, hopefully. Right, okay, so this is the end of our journey. This is as close as you can get to the stones, as I say, apart from the 2 days a year. And you can see how this was constructed 4,500 years ago. They're still trying to work out how they got the lintel. I mean, it's a feat of engineering, because we're talking 4,500 years ago. The stones came from Wales and from Marlborough, had to be brought here, not by cart, they were actually rolled here. You've now got audio. Thank you, Alan. Glad you stopped by. Okay. So the video uses the DJI OM5, and if you've got a mobile phone, consider getting the gimbal, because it's the difference between amateur and semi-professional. And if the video is steady, then you can put the videos up on YouTube and get the SEO right, and lots of people will watch them. Especially, I mean, we should all be shooting video, because we're actually shooting a point in time. We're actually creating and recording history. So the more people who do it, the more we learn about the world around us. Because we can't visit everywhere. So video is the way to find out. And we are limited. And I have to run. Thank you. And thank you for the help, Alan. Much appreciated. Okay, so that is the DJI OM5. And now we've come over, because I switched cameras, we're now over on, wait a minute, wait for it. It's got to be somewhere in this carousel. The Nexigo in 970p is the camera you're watching at the moment. And I can make sure of that because the Nexigo in 970p comes with a remote control. So I'm going to feature it. It's $179.99. Now, I'm going to admit something here. I got this camera basically simply because of the quality of the image. Now, given the fact that you're watching me, just a minute, given the fact that you're watching me on Amazon, you're watching in 720p. but the camera that I'm using is capable of 4K. Okay, 720 is DVD quality, 1080 is high definition, and 4K is somewhere up there, and that's the best quality we as consumers can get from a webcam. Out the box with the Nexigo, just a minute, let's give it a real title so you know what I'm talking about. It is, if I go here, the Nexigo N970p webcam, and if I go down here and zap that, and if I go here, there it is. Yeah, I've got it. We're talking about this, which is the Nexigo N970p Zoom certified 4K web camera. And we're going to go, I'm going to hide a few things. Let's take it off solo. The screen's pretty busy today. So you just watched a video about Stonehenge, so we can hide that. I've told you about taking photographs with a Samsung Galaxy S22, so we can hide that. That's my second camera, bottom left, which is the OBSpot. But we're now talking about this, which is a Nexigo. And if I go the other way around, yeah. First thing to know is that Nexigo are an American company based just outside Seattle. They have a range of 15 webcams from $60 to $180. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll find out more. Okay. The N970p is Zoom certified, so you can use it on Zoom calls. It's got onboard flash memory. I'll explain what that means. Basically, you can store things, and you can store all the settings. It's got AI-powered auto framing. This is, I mean, I got this camera simply because it is a conference. Well, it's basically because the quality of the image, as I said earlier, but it is a conference camera, and it's got AI-powered framing, and it's got an adjustable field of view. So if you've got 3 people around a conference table, it will feature 3 people. If you've got 5 people around a conference table, it will feature 5 people because of its adjustable field of view. It has dual noise cancelling microphones. This is important. If you're looking for a webcam, if you're looking for a microphone, make sure it's got noise cancellation. Noise cancellation is the ability to actually cut out all the sound around you, so the only thing that's left is your voice. If your dog barks and you've got noise cancellation on, the only person who will hear the dog is you. This camera works with Microsoft Teams, WebEx, and Google. And the reason that the image is so good, the image is so clear, is that the N970p is built with a Sony CMOS sensor that features 3840 by 2160 ultra high definition resolution at 30 frames per second. In English, 3840 by 2160 is 4K, and you can take this camera out of the box and you can record in 4K locally on your PC or Mac. And there are quite a few programs that allow you to do that, and then you can upload the video to Vimeo or to YouTube. You can also go live with this camera. Now, all you need to do is get OBS, add the camera to OBS, set your destination to YouTube, set the resolution to 4K, and you can broadcast to YouTube for free. OBS is free, YouTube is free. You can broadcast in 4K right now to YouTube. People can watch you in 4K live. People can watch you in 4K on the replay. Thank you to YouTube and the team at OBS for making that still free. So that's good. Now I've got another comment coming in. It's going down here. And got a smile from Alan. Good. Thank you. Okay, so let's go further into this camera before I give you a 2 minutes demonstration. Now, the thing is, it does directly save settings onto the webcam itself, so that I'm going to do some settings in a minute. They will stay in the camera, and if I take this camera from my PC to another PC, they will simply work. It has advanced face detection. Okay, and so it will frame 1 person, 3 people, 5 people. It's got a remote. Let's talk about the remote. I'm going to come to me, take those off screen, take that off screen, and come to me. And we're going to talk about this remote. Okay. Now, what's happening now is autofocus. Yeah, it's actually focusing in on, it's like a TV remote, but the thing is, it controls this camera. And if I go like this, yeah, and basically what I can do is I can zoom out. I've got legs. I can zoom out and I can present stood up. Yeah, I can zoom in and zoom out using the remote control. I'm nowhere near the computer. Everything is done through the remote. I can go left. I just need to zoom in a little bit. I can go left. I can go that way. I can go up. I can go down so that my head disappears off screen. All of this with the remote control. Let's come back to me. I'm going to sit down again. Okay, so I'm sat down and pressing the remote button. I'm in control. I can zoom in. I've got finite control. I can zoom in slowly. I can zoom out. I can go to the left. I can go to the right. I can go up and down. And then if I make a hash of it, I can just press the button and go back to where I started. Now, on your television, and you're using the remote control, you can bring up a menu on screen. I know you can actually see this. And with the menu, just with remote control, I can set the exposure. Now, at the moment, it's automatic. Switch it to manual, and then I can control everything. I can go bright. I can go back to automatic. Color-wise, it's automatic at the moment, which is probably a good thing. What's happening is the camera is working out the best lighting and the best way to actually feature me on screen. If I go like this, then this is the manual mode. And the thing about the manual mode is you have to set this up yourself. Okay. I've done this on purpose, by the way. Don't worry about that. But you can change RGB, you can change the saturation, you can change the hue. Okay. And you can increase the hue or you can decrease. Let's increase the hue. I've gone purple. This is not a good look. Let's take the hue back to what it was. I think it was 5, wasn't it? And I'm going to go back to automatic. Okay. Variable automatic. So again, with the menu, if I go down, I've got the image. Now with the image, I can change the brightness, I can change the contrast, I can change the sharpness. I can flip, I can go from here to there. Okay, so I can go from side to side. This can be useful when you're actually trying to. Now, I don't know when you use the next one, but this is going to happen. I'm going to go upside down. Okay, and I'm going to come quickly back. There might be a use for that. I can go into black and white mode. Okay, and this can be useful for making a point. Yeah, if you're making a serious point, let's take the menu off for a moment. If you're making a serious point, you can switch into black and white to emphasize something. And it's a very neat trick to have in your armory because you're just pressing the menu button and then coming down to image and then coming down to black and white, and you can flick between black and white and color just with one switch. So whilst you're live, you've got total control. In addition to that, you've got noise reduction. So you've got the microphones and you've got noise reduction, which is on or off. Okay. And then the version of the software, which is pretty up to date. Might have to check that afterwards. And then you can restore to factory default settings if you want. So the menu gives you great control. But the thing is that everything that I do with this is actually controlled and stored in the camera. So if I take this camera to another computer, then it will start off with me in black and white. And until I bring the menu up, same menu as before, and go to color, I've lost it. Can you remember where we were? I think it's in image. Yeah. I can now come back to color. Okay. So settings are transportable. It's got dual microphones built in. Take the menu off. And this is important. Nexigo is an American company built on the core values of innovation. And the camera we're talking about was released October 20th, 2021. And it's got low light correction. If I switch my light off, if I go here, then it's gone darker, but the camera is actually compensating. Okay, so let's go here and here. And it's a conference camera. Put it on, just a minute, put the camera on a tripod, people around the conference table, and it can pick up voices 20 feet away. In addition to that, it basically can capture everybody who's sat around the table. As people join, it will change its field of view easily. So that's it. That's the Nexigo N970p conference camera. Beautiful as a solo camera as well. And the voice pickup up to 20 feet away. So I could move the microphone 20 feet away. I could be 20 feet away from the camera. So that's a Nexigo N970p webcam. Okay, I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live today. I'm live from Wiltshire in England. And if I show you some photographs, if I bring these on stream, let's just take the soul off, find out what's on stream. I don't need that for the moment. So I'm going to hide that. And then I'm going to bring this in. Okay, so let's go solo. And let's go picture in picture. Okay, and I'm going to stay this way around. Now, down in the carousel at the moment, in a second, bear with me, we'll get there, is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, this phone. And rather than tell you it's 13% off today, it's $1,043.95, and you can save $156.04. Now, this image that you're seeing on screen, I've got to say, if I go here and go here, and that's the one I want, come down here, and I can put the heading on screen. Okay, the image was taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So rather than talking about everything to do with the Ultra, I'm going to show you some photographs. So all these images are taken with the Ultra, and we're going to go on a journey. Okay, so this is Salisbury Cathedral. Salisbury Cathedral was built in the 10th and 11th centuries. It is about 90 miles away from London. It is a place of pilgrimage. And Angelica and I were there, as you can see from the Christmas tree. We were there around about Christmas time. And the beautiful thing about this camera is that it's got, let me just show you. Let me just show you before we go back to images. The lenses on this camera, 108 megapixel, 3 times zoom and 10 times zoom. Yeah. Front camera is 40. Yeah. So very powerful lenses. And if you're going to come to the UK, and I hope you do, then you should go to Stonehenge, which is where we were on Wednesday. You should go to Salisbury Cathedral as well, and you can get a coach tour from London. Will take you to both. And when you visit the cathedral, you'll see this font, and this font was installed in 2008, and it really is, well, if you can look at each corner, you can see that the water actually falls out of the font down into the grating below, and then it's pumped around again. So this is a living font. The water is continually going round, and it's a very peaceful place to actually sit. This is, no apologies for this. This is still Salisbury Cathedral, and this is my partner, Angelica. Right, another shot of the font, different one. Let's carry on. Okay, I love taking photographs when I'm out and about walking. Every 11:30 every morning, I go out for a walk along the Avon Canal, and I'm able to take some amazing photographs. Now, on this morning, again, this is the Avon Canal. The canal was frozen and nothing could actually move. I'm just hoping I've got sound. Just a minute. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, that worked well. Just making sure I've got sound. So just go through the images. The canal was frozen on that day. And this is the Cranmer, which is a man-made lake, which is about 5 minutes from where I live. This is the canal locks. And this is the cafe on the canal. Brilliant place to visit. This is the Quartz Garden, former factory, now an English country garden, and we visited last weekend. This again is the Quartz Garden, beautiful topiary, and it is a beautiful place to actually walk around. It used to be a factory. Now, as I say, it's a garden. And then this is out in the wilds. I mean, I'm not the world's best photographer, right? We've returned to Salisbury Abbey, and this is the cloisters around Salisbury Abbey. And I just love the architecture here and the angle that the photographer's taken at. On the left-hand side, a bit further down, is basically a chapel. And in that chapel is kept a copy of the Domesday Book, but it's a copy that was actually made in the 12th century. It's one of 6 copies that exist, and Salisbury has got one of the 6. So thousands of people come to visit Salisbury Abbey every year to take a look at the Domesday Book, which is written in Latin. So if your Latin's up to scratch, you can actually read the book. It is kept under glass, but you do get pretty close to it. This is closer to home. This is our garden. Basically, we just sowed wildflower seeds, and this is home for the bees during the summer. This is a country walk around where we live. And it's just a composition of the photographs. Now, this is not Devizes. I live in Devizes, about 90 miles away from London. This is actually Henley-on-Thames, and you may have heard of the Henley Regatta. This is where the Henley Regatta takes place. Baroness Fleur Benjamin was doing a book signing whilst we were there. Very famous in the UK. And this again is the Quartz Garden. I just got this was just a happenstance, happened to be there at the time, and got this wonderful, you can't get it now because all the leaves have gone, but it just works. And this again, Quartz Garden and country walk. And these are just the most amazing photographs. And we are back to the beginning. So all those photographs are taken with this camera, 108 megapixel camera, 8K video, 8K images. And just to go back to the top, just to give you a few facts, it is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. It's on discount today. Click link in the carousel to find out more. It is 3 models, 128 gig memory, 256 or 512. This is the brightest display that Samsung have done. Yeah. And it comes with an S Pen. Okay. So the S Pen is here, and I'm just going to switch the phone on. And I need to concentrate. So don't go anywhere. Okay. Basically, as far as note taking is concerned, there's 7 different apps that you can actually use. But the big thing is, and it's a neat feature, is if you're in a no phones meeting with your phone off, then you can still take notes, you can save them, and as soon as the meeting's over, you can come back to them. It's got a long battery life, charged for an hour, and it's good for 24 to 30 hours. As we said a moment ago, it does 8K super steady video, and it's great at nightography. And the front camera is 108. Well, that camera is 108 megapixel. It's got a long-lasting battery with fast charging. The S Pen we just talked about, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to switch away from the Samsung Galaxy S22. Okay, so what I want to do is say thank you for watching me live. Now, I can talk about anything that's down in the carousel. So if you've got questions about anything down the carousel, then please do ask. If you've got questions, and if you can't hear me, I mean, Alan was with us earlier and said that's so cool. In fact, I'm going to bring the snake back because it's bleeping at me. And there we have in the snake, Alan, that hiking guy, and our friend on YouTube. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch cameras again. So let's go over here. Okay, so this is my desktop, and in the desktop you can see a LumeCube tripod, you can see an OBSBot tiny camera, you can see the 7 USB, you can see the USB hub. But what I'm going to do is going to switch cameras, and I'm going to come back to another camera, and hopefully I won't freeze. So I'm just using this as a mechanism to actually switch over and come back to me, and I'm now back. Okay, I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live. I do enjoy being live on Amazon Live. I'm one of six English broadcasters. My good friend Nick Wood. Now that's the point. Nick Wood will be with me on Monday, and we will have the movie quiz. Now, last week on the movie quiz, or Monday this week on the movie quiz, we got 10 out of 10 right. So we need help to actually get another 10 out of 10 on Monday. I'm live 11 a.m. Eastern every single day on Amazon Live, broadcasting from Devices in Wiltshire. In fact, if I go over here and go here, okay, your host is Stephen Healey, live from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We've looked at Samsung S22 mobile and the beautiful photographs it can take. You're watching Logitech Brio now. I want to say a big thank you for watching me live. And you can ask me questions about live broadcasting. Yeah, I mean, basically, this is a free service from Amazon Live. And there are over 2,000 of us, and we're all independent, and we don't work for Amazon. And when we give you a review, it's a live review of something that we actually own. Yeah, I own over 80% of what's in the carousel. So if you ask me about Aftershok's Aeropex, I've got them. If you ask me about Stream Deck, I've got one. If you ask me about OBSBot cameras, I've got one. LumeCube stands, TrebLab speakers. Okay, that's my Elgato Wave microphone. This is the one that was talked about by earlier, which is the Blue Yeti. So everything I'm talking about, I actually have in the carousel. Just come here. I'm just going to make sure that I haven't missed a comment. Let me just wait for this to happen. Okay, just a second. A minute. Okay, I was just making sure I've got sound because okay, I know not everybody unmutes. If you are enjoying this broadcast, and I hope you are, then please do consider following. And I was grateful for the follow earlier today. Following is a win-win situation. Alan followed me, and it helps make my day. The more followers we have, the better Amazon regards us. So followers are important to live broadcasters. And if you're watching a live broadcast, not necessarily mine, and you're enjoying the content and you're able to ask questions and get answers, then do consider pressing the follow button. We don't get your details. Your details stay with Amazon. We don't get to know anything other than your name. And I'm coming back to the comments. Yeah, and that was earlier. And there you go. And back to Alan. He had to run earlier, and I think we're up to date on the comments. Okay. And thank you to Alan and that hiking guy who recommends the Lumina 4K, which I'm going to take a look at after this live broadcast. The thing is, with cameras, yeah, the Logitech, I mean, I started, as far as cameras are concerned, I started off with this camera. I've been live broadcasting for a long time. Not today, but I've been broadcasting for 8 years. Okay. Now, 8 years ago, before Facebook Live, basically, just let me go down here. I've got a feeling I might have missed a comment. Just a second. Something weird going on. All right, now we're okay. I just want to test something. Bear with me a moment. Okay. Now we're working and moving. Okay. I got this camera 8 years ago. Which is the Logitech C920X. It's down in the carousel at the moment, and it is $59.99, 14% discount. Now, it's been upgraded since I bought it, obviously, and we're talking about C920X. This is it. Now, what you have is you've got a lens, 78-degree lens, so it's got a field of view. It's got twin omnidirectional microphones, pick up the sound all around you. The X does stand for extra. I'm going to explain what in a minute. This camera at $59.99 is beautiful and perfect for Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. It's the ideal present for somebody who's getting into live broadcasting. It's the ideal first camera, $60. Alexa, who are Logitech?
Logitech International SA is a Swiss-American multinational manufacturer of computer peripherals and software, with headquarters in Lausanne, Switzerland, and Newark, California.
Alexa, stop. So, international, well-respected, headquarters in Newark, in California. So, American company. You've got clear stereo audio from the two omnidirectional microphones. If I switch my light on, which I'm doing now, okay, it's got HD light auto correction. So I switch the light off. You can still see me because the camera is compensating, generally speaking. I'm going to admit something in a minute. Okay, it's got advanced software, which I will show you in a second. Okay, so we're going to do two software demonstrations just to finish off today. Low light setting is part of it. 78 degrees, as I said earlier, field of view. Now, as far as installation is concerned, okay, you can either put it on the back of your monitor using that lip there, or in the bottom of here, you've got a thread, and that thread means you can put this camera on a tripod. Okay, this is the LoomCube tripod, which is down in the carousel, a very elegant tripod. Let's just see if I can find it. I'll show it. LoomCube tripod down in the carousel, $34.99. Beautiful piece of kit. It's got 3 legs. You can lock them into place and change the height. You've got a central tube, 12 to 30 inches, and then you've got a ball joint on top. And the thing about this particular stand is I love the quality. It's a design classic as far as I'm concerned. It is just so well designed, for want of a better phrase. So we're coming back to the camera I'm talking about, which I'll find in a minute. I'll put it somewhere safe, I know I have. Logitech C920X. Okay, Logitech C920X. The version in the carousel was released 31st March 2020. Now, the thing about the C920X is, okay, I'm just wondering why is that? I've got something in my studio that's flashing away, and I'm just wondering what it's supposed to do. I don't know. We'll find out in a moment. But what I'm going to do now, because the 920X, we said this was the 920X camera. The X actually has a 3-month license of XSplit VCam background removal software. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a video on screen. I'm going to switch my mic off and I'm going to show you how background removal software works. Ian in wonderful Wiltshire, England, and I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. And this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice at the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place. And you can do that just by clicking an image, you'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. This is me. 20 background removal software. You do need a green screen, and you've just seen why. I've got the Fovitech green screen, which I'm going to put down as the featured item in the carousel. Hopefully, yes. I've got 2 green screens. The Fovitech is behind me. It's 5 foot by 6 foot 5. Okay. And you do need a green screen. There are software houses out there who say you can get background removal without a green screen. Well, I've got to tell you, if you want to do background removal like this, where you cannot see a join, okay, I'm up against the background and it's looking good. If you want that sort of quality, you need a green screen. I've got a comment coming in, so let's go down to the comments. And hello everyone, this is Rome. Rome knows tech. Rome streams on Amazon Live, as I do. He's a good friend. And hello everyone, Stephen, have a great stream. Thank you. And Rome, if you are going live shortly, please pop your link into the chat. The whole thing about this, if I just go here just a minute, green screen software works best when you've got a green screen. If you don't have a green screen, it will be okay. If you have a green screen, then it will be near perfect. Now, next week, I'm on live 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday, Monday through Friday. You can catch me on any of those shows. You can catch Rome on his shows on Amazon Live. We're a family. We work together and support each other. But the green screen is vital. And you've got two green screens in the carousel. You've got the Fovitech and you've got the newer. Either of those does the job. What you've got, they're green on one side, blue on the other, and they go behind you. You can put them on a stand if you wish, or you can lean them up against a wall. Now, think about a green screen is it hides what's behind you. Yeah. The fact that I've got a green screen behind me means that, well, it means you see what I want you to see rather than what's actually going on. Okay, so green screens. Brilliant. Now, just a reminder, if you just joined me, let's go here again and go here. Just a second, we'll get there. Okay, your host is Stephen Healey, live from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. You can ask me any questions you like about live broadcasting. We've talked about Logitech Brio. You're actually looking at the Brio now. And we've talked about the Samsung S22 mobile and the beautiful photographs that you can take with the Samsung S22 mobile. That's one of them. Okay. I showed you about a dozen different photographs from the mobile. Absolutely brilliant. 108 megapixel front lens. It takes such amazing pictures. Okay, because it's got a best picture button on it. So that helps a lot. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. We don't have any of this at the moment. I might be tempting fate here, but we're not supposed to. What now? Feb 24th. I think our snow season is over. Fingers crossed, our snow season is over. Special reason: every Saturday at 9 a.m. in the morning, Angelica and I go over to Melksham, which is a village about 7 miles away from us, and we do the park run. And this is part of my park run kit. Basically, this identifies who I am, and I wear this, and it's got an ICE number in case of emergency number on there. And we've got to run 5K, 3.1 miles tomorrow morning. I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that it's not going to actually snow tomorrow. It would be good. Okay. 97.7. I'm just going through the gadgets that are in my studio. Just a reminder, I'm broadcasting today on BeLive. Okay, and you're watching Stephen Healey. Okay, so this is all because I'm in BeLive. I can show you videos, which I've just done. I can show you images. I can bring text on screen, a whole host of things I can do. Now, in terms of live broadcasting, there's one piece of kit which has changed the way that I work. And we're going to talk about that next. And it's down in the carousel. Remember, you can ask me about anything in the carousel. Okay, you can ask me about this beautiful, you surf the carousel and find this beautiful one-piece leather Vija case, which takes iPhone 12, 13, Samsung Galaxy S22, 23. Okay, and the basic thing about this case is, let me just go to the case because I'm going to come back in a minute. I think I sorted my carousel a moment ago. I did. This is a genuine leather case. The thing about this phone is it's 6.8 inches deep. Yeah. And if you put it in your jeans pocket, you can feel it. Whereas with this, you can put your phone into here, like so. Okay. It's got a magnetic closure, and this is one-piece leather. This is real leather. And on the back, your belt goes through there. If I put that close to the camera, your belt goes through there, which means that the phone is on your hip. It's not in your pocket. So when you sit down, the phone's not going to fall out. It's protected by this case. Yeah, because you've got double protection. What I've got, this phone has got a case. And if I go to the one before it, no, I don't have it. This phone has got a case. and it's got a lens cover. So I can slide the lens cover across. Just a minute. So lens is covered up. And then I can put it into this leather case. iPhone 12, iPhone 13, Samsung Galaxy S22, S23, and 21. But you gain extra protection. On your hip, you know it's there. This is double stitched. Nobody is going to take this phone off you because you'll know it. Yeah, because they will tug you, not the phone. Okay. So this is extra protection. If it rains, then the phone is covered. I mean, it's double protection because the phone's got in a case and then it's got the cover on top. You can't take better care of your expensive iPhone or Android phone, especially Samsung, than putting it in a case. So that's a genuine leather case. Whilst we're here, let's just have a look at things. I don't normally get this far in the carousel. Just a second. Don't go anywhere. We've looked at the DMCube stand. In actual fact, if I bring this on screen, just give me a second. You can ask me about the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Let's go picture in picture. And I'm going to go take it off solo. So, we don't need that anymore. So I'm going to hide that. You've seen the photograph. I can hide that. And I'm going to go picture in picture. And I'm going to go this way around. So we've talked about the Elgato Wave 3. Fitbit, I will talk about this on Monday. So if you catch me 11 Eastern Tuesday, I'll be talking about Fitbit. We've looked at the Nexigo American designed camera. My second microphone is a Blue Yeti. If you're watching on YouTube now, you're getting all the links. So the links to these items are actually appearing on YouTube. Yeah. Audio Technica microphone is probably the first external microphone. Well, it was recommended to me by my good friend. If I go here and I go in the carousel, because we can do anything. Yeah, the Audio Technica microphone down in the carousel, $99.90, and this is the AT2020. Okay, down in the carousel is $99. This I've had for 3 years now. Basically, microphones come by a recommendation, and my good friend was actually a podcaster. I heard him on his podcast. I thought, what a beautiful, rich, deep sound. And I said, well, which microphone are you using? And he said, I'm using this. I'm using the Audio Technica AT2020. So, onto my wish list on Amazon, and I ordered it, and here we are. It's a beautiful sounding microphone. Yeah, I don't have it plugged in today. I will have it plugged in on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we're going to look at Fitbit Charge 5, the Blue Yeti, and this. So join me on Tuesday. The Overspot cameras, if I go here, the Overspot Tiny camera is actually here. Okay, so this is an Overspot Tiny camera. And basically, the camera lens is on a 2-axis gimbal, and then you've got the camera body. And it basically, if I go here, this is what makes it special. Let's go solo. Solo with that. Okay, this is what makes the Overspot special. It is 720 and 1080p, but it also has a feature that nothing else has. It's got 3 presets, so it can go to me. Yeah, it can go to the desktop, and it can go over to the wall. Okay, but in addition to that, if I come back to me for a moment, addition to that, it can do this, which the Brio and the Nexigo can't do. What I can do is I can actually stand up. Just a minute. It's Friday. Let's try again. It's Friday. Okay. The camera is actually tracking me as I move around. So as I move around the office here, the camera is tracking me constantly, and it's very smooth. It's keeping me in the center of the screen, and it's giving me headroom. So as I move and look at the camera, it's probably a good idea, then this is a great camera for teaching, for recording a teaching session. If I go this way and I go, you can't see it, but there is the monitor, then teacher with a whiteboard, you can record it all. Yeah, brilliant. And this just keeps following me. So I'm going to take it back to the desktop. Okay, so we're going back to the desktop. Whilst that's cooking, I'm going to swivel around and I'm going to come and sit back down, and we're going to come to me and back to me. Yeah, so the OBSWAT camera, it is today, I'll give you the main features in a second. It is $169, 15% discount. And if I go here, we're talking about the OBSWAT Tiny PTZ camera. It's got AI-powered framing and gesture control. Start following me, stop following me, zoom in, zoom out. It is a full 1080p webcam, 720 1080p. It has dual omnidirectional microphones, means it picks up the sound all around you. It's got a 90-degree field of view, but because it's on a gimbal, it can go to 130 degrees. It's got low light correction. If I turn the light off, it will auto correct so you can still see me. It's got AI power. We've just seen the AI power at work. Yeah, we've seen it as I moved about. Privacy controls. If I go here and I go here, this is the ultimate in privacy controls. If I go here, just what if I press resume, just look there. This is not what I've got two of them. If I press resume, then the lens comes back to life. Okay, I love that feature. That's the sleep mode. It can switch itself off after 5 or 10 minutes. 3 preset positions, we've seen that. Headroom mode, yeah, automatically. Face auto exposure was released during the end of last year. It's got noise reduction because it is a conference camera. It's got a motion mode, fast motion mode. It will track you. It will track you if you're playing badminton. Auto sleep mode we just talked about. Magnetic mount. Okay, if I put this near the camera, this is the magnetic mount. You can either put the camera on a tripod, as we've done there, or using this magnetic mount, you can put it over your monitor using the lip. Okay, and that's about it. That's a quick tour of the OBSWAT Tiny, and the OBSWAT Tiny today is on discount, 15% off. Okay, now I need to load a piece of software. Just forgive me for a moment. And Stream Deck. I mentioned this a moment ago. Basically, this next piece of kit has actually changed the way that I work. And if I go down here and locate it, because I want to show it to you, just a second. I've got something down in the carousel. It's stuck. We just need to find it. This is incredible. Just a minute. Let's go over here. Oh, there we are. This is the Elgato Stream Deck. It's the featured item down in the carousel. And this one item has changed the way that I work. It is so simple, so straightforward to use, but it is so powerful. And I'm going to give you a demonstration of the Elgato Stream Deck. This is it. What you have is an arrangement of 50. If I go back up, what you have is an arrangement of 15 keys. Each of those keys, well, I'll show you. Okay. If I share my screen, so I'm going over to screen share, not there. I'm going to bring the software into my studio. And in order to do this, I need to share a window, and the window I want to share is that one. Okay, I'm going to hide my second camera and come back over here, and you can still hear me, and I'm going to bring this on screen. Right, this is the Stream Deck software, and what I'm going to do is go picture in picture. I'm going to hide that, and we're going to go picture in picture, and not that way around, this way around. Okay, so as you can see, the software is actually the same design as this screen. 3 rows of 5 keys, 15 keys in total. This has changed the way that I work. It saves me time, it saves me money. I'm going to tell you how this works. Because if you use a lot of Chrome tabs, if you use a lot of desktop applications in your daily work, this can save you time. Now I'm going to take you through my routine when I go live on Amazon Live. Okay, so the first thing I do is I go into the Be Live section, and here I've got set up a shortcut to a Chrome tab. So I've called it Be Live, and I've given it the URL, and that's my studio for broadcasting, app.be.live. When I'm live, I also open the Amazon tab so I can see that I'm actually live. So there's the shortcut, the URL for my Amazon Live. I demonstrate Fitbits whilst I'm live. So there's, I've typed in the word Fitbit, and then I've got the URL for fitbit.com, which means I can actually show you my Fitbit. And then on Monday, Nick Wood and I have a show which has a movie quiz in it, which comes from Trivia Plaza. So the URL to Trivia Plaza movie quiz is there. Now, when I click the Be Live button, it loads my studio. When I click the Amazon button, it loads my page on Amazon.com. I've got my own page. Fitbit, it loads the Fitbit page. And when I press Trivia Plaza, it loads the movie quiz. So those are all Chrome tab shortcuts. Okay. It works on Safari too. Don't worry about that. No. And if I go back up, so that's basically, that's got me on screen, and I've got everything I need to actually go live, apart from the fact that when I'm live, I actually show you camera software. Okay, so in here, what I've got is I've got the camera software for the OBSPOTs. So I've typed in OBSPOT, and I've told it where on my machine the OBSPOT software is. I've typed in Logitech, and I've told it where the Logitech software is. Okay, just by clicking that little button there. The Nexigo software, typed in Nexigo and then link to it, and then Logitech G Hub. So when I go live, I load OBSPOT, I load Logitech, I load Nexigo, and I load Logitech G Hub. So instead of actually searching around my desktop, I'm actually loading 4 Chrome tabs and 4 applications. And you can see in there, you can see OBS, you can see XSplit Vcam we talked about earlier, you can see vMix. When I press any of those buttons, it loads the software straight away. I don't need to think about it. All I need to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got the software I need for my cameras, for my Amazon Live broadcasts. Also, when I go live from my Be Live studio, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, load my studio, load Fitbit, load Amazon, and load Trivia Plaza. But that ain't all. Let's go and bring something in. So earlier we visited Stonehenge. Let's just press play for a second. Here, right? That's not going to. Wait a minute. Okay. Earlier we brought in Stonehenge. I've also got my second camera, which I'm going to bring in. Okay, and we're going to bring in a picture, and I'm going to bring in this picture. Okay, so Chrome shortcuts, application shortcuts, and shortcuts provided by the software. So I can go like this, like this, like this, and all I'm doing is I am pressing buttons on my Stream Deck. This saves me time, and time is money. So it does save, because I can just flick between the different settings, and it's so simple and so easy. So the Stream Deck, if I come back to me, Stream Deck saves you time, saves you money. If you use a lot of Chrome tabs, if you use a lot of applications on your daily work, that's for you. Okay. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live today. It's always a pleasure to broadcast Amazon Live. It's the best place in the world to broadcast. Thank you for staying with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. I'm live again next Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Join me then, and bye for now.